Hello, everybody. This is it, the moment you've been waiting for. We've got a huge announcement for you. We will give you that announcement in just a minute. Of course, Mr. Cirroc Lofton, aka Jake Cisco of Deep Space Nine, is here to make that announcement. We're also going to be, so we're going to talk all about that. We're also going to talk about the Star Trek news of the week, all the cool Picard stuff. There's some screenings going on. We've got some strange new worlds stuff to discuss. Hey, we might even have time to cover everything that happened at the big Star Wars event. Did I just say Star Wars by accident? Nope, I said it on purpose. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff to talk about. Also, John Orquiola of Screen Rant is here, everybody.
Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for having me back.
Finally taking a break from gallivanting around Universal Studios all the time. This guy is always at Universal Studios.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I have a butterbeer addiction, and I gotta feed it.
Mm-hmm. So, also, of course, our resident web crawler, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, is here. She's the walking exclamation point.
Hi.
Yay.
And Dr. Mohammed Noor is here. He's the walking semicolon.
I'm having a we call it colonoscopy soon, so I got a colon in there.
Oh, that's a good ad.
Good thing this isn't live. No, he's occasional science advisor for Star Trek. He's also an evolutionary biologist and wearing a radical shirt, everybody. By the way, you can get that at the link in the description box below.
Yay,
go ahead
Cisco
and get
family.
Aww.
Okay. Oh, and my name is Ryan T. Husk, everybody. I'm wearing a Seventh Rule shirt that you could get at the Seventh Rule Teespring store. Looks like Anne-Marie's wearing one too.
Right, guys. The original.
Seventh. Yeah, that is an OG for the Seventh Rule. So everybody at home, we've got a big announcement. We will be making it in just a second here. Hello to Tara, Mai, Chuck, Glenn, Linda, BL, David Gregory, Lunar Nimue, I think, War Dog, Reginald, what's up? Mona, Fran, Lisa, out in Canada, of course, we see you. Robert Kaiser, way out in Austria, staying up super late for this. He's like, this announcement better be good. I'm up late. Stein is also here. Noah, hello. All right. And lots of other people in the live chat that we see. Thank you for joining. So, you guys want to hear what this big announcement is?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
The Matt Boardman is also in the live chat, and Dave and Devin, Patrick. All right, Mr. Cirroc Lofton, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Go ahead and tell them that you're going to be the star of Starfleet Academy. No, that's not what it is. Well, maybe someday, but
he's running their student newspaper. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I still think you're behind the red door. You open the red door, it'll be Cirroc.
Might be.
The guesses are coming in.
Take it away, Cirroc.
Well, I have a special announcement to make. I'm honored to kind of bring into the foreground a celebration of somebody that is dear and near to my heart, someone who I love tremendously. And as you guys know, my father, Benjamin Lafayette Cisco, first stepped onto Deep Space Nine and began his journey as the emissary of the prophets on Stardate 46388.2. From there, we, followed his journey as the Cisco, changing the course of the galaxy and countless lives within it. That Stardate converts to May 22nd, 2369. Therefore, as the son of the emissary, I proclaim May 22nd to be the Cisco Day.
Yes.
This Monday, May 22nd, we will have a full day of live virtual events, panels, interviews, and discussions, all celebrating Benjamin Sisko and Avery Brooks.
Wow.
And what he means to us then and now. as well as what they will always mean to us in the future. So join us as we celebrate May 22nd as the Cisco Day.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing.
This is so cool.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I know.
Yay,
Don't
Cisco
make me
Day.
tear up.
Cisco Day, yeah.
The Cisco Disco. We should have that as one of the events.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes. It's like a sci-fi sisters party.
Mm-hmm. One Trek fan says that is May 22nd in the live chat. She's up in Canada, I think BC. Yes, it is May 22nd. We did a lot of math. We'll go over the math with all of you a little bit later, and we'll have Dr. Nor here checking the math.
We'll show our work.
Yeah, exactly. We got to show our work.
May
Carry
22nd
the
is a
one.
Monday, by the way.
Yep.
Just so everybody
Yes.
knows.
Okay.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really cool. Cirroc, everybody is loving this announcement even more than the fake one I gave about you being in Starfleet Academy.
Oh my gosh.
Another part of this is going to be really fun. Is that if you've ever had something that you wanted to say to Benjamin Lafayette Sisko, if there's ever something you wanted to say to Captain or Commander Sisko, there's ever anything you wanted to say to the emissary, to the Cisco, or to Mr. Avery Brooks himself, the man behind the character, you may get that chance. We'll give you an email address at some point, and you can email us what you've always wanted to say to Mr. Cisco or Mr. Brooks, and keep it short. We'll give you all the details on, what the parameters are. We will be putting up on the website the Cisco wall. Picture you are going through Bajor and you're digging through the caves of ancient Bajorans, and up on the wall there's something that says the emissary. And below that, there'll be inscriptions. And those inscriptions will be your quotes of everything that you've ever wanted to say to him. And by the way, when I say everything, I mean not everything, because it's going to be just a paragraph. And it'll just be a long inscripted cave wall with what you've always wanted to say. And when that is up, we will unveil it on the Cisco Day, May 22nd. And we will also forward it to Mr. Avery Brooks himself. Can't promise he'll read it, but if he ever does have the will or the want to see what all of you want to say to him, that will be a wonderful opportunity to do that. And I think that would be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a great thing, and I want to make sure that we give Ryan his credit, because Ryan has a lot to do with coming up with and organizing this this day and this event. So thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Let's do that.
It was mostly a lot of math.
Oh my gosh, John Orquiola. Amazing.
And by the way, big shout out to Larry Nemechek, because I did check my work. I did Larry Nemechek my work with him, because there are different ways that you can figure out star dates, and we'll get all into that kind of detail later. But shout out to Dr. Trek, Larry Nemechek. Thanks, Cirroc. Actually, what we can do, I should pull that up pretty soon, but in a second, we can unveil the first video. It's like an intro video that the Matt Boardman, VFX guru, made. But I'll have to find it first.
It's so cool that you're going to be able to share this with Avery Brooks, given the impact he's had on so many people's lives, through the show and through past shows, not even just through Deep Space Nine, but also his role in Spencer for Hire and things like that too. It's great that this will be an opportunity for the fans to give something back to him, as well as celebrating, Ben Sisko specifically.
Yeah, and I'm glad you clarified keep it short, because I was already writing 1,000 words in my head about what I would say to Ben Sisko.
I know.
So,
wasn't just hashtag Kai Wynn was right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Terrible. Not that one.
Kai Wynn was here.
Well, Well, I think
that's
it's a
just
great
amazing.
opportunity to, acknowledge Cisco in the pantheon of great captains, as we have with other captains in the past. We celebrate Picard Day, and as we should. And I think it's only fitting that Avery Brooks gets his recognition as Captain Cisco, and that the people are able to celebrate his work, his achievements, and also share how they feel about how he's impacted their lives. So I'd love to open the dialogue up, and it'd be great to have this day to be able to honor him.
Awesome.
Yeah, he definitely impacted many, 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 many lives, not just fictionally, but in the real world, in the past, in the 90s, and today, and will continue to do so. Everybody in the live chat, let us know, do you want to see this first video? So we can unveil it. Oh, check this out, by the way. This background here is also a Matt Boardman creation. See if you can find this in
Wow.
the video.
I don't
This guy
read
whips it.
Bajoran.
Look at this. Magic. See
You
if you can
don't.
catch that in the video. So here it is, everybody. The unveiling of the Cisco Day. Let me set this up here.
So cool.
See that? So we can unveil it. Oh, check this out, by the way. This background here is also 1 second. There's a little bit of audio there.
Oh.
Now,
We're gonna be
well, this is
enhancing that
live,
background for
everybody.
Easter eggs.
All right, now the unveiling of the Cisco Day.
Wow.
Come on.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wow.
What?
Come on.
Take your breath
Yeah.
away. Wow.
That almost made my eyes tear up right
I
there.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Amazing.
Wow, Matt. Thank you, Matt. That was amazing.
Mhm.
I was ready to see the rest of it. Roll
I know.
it.
I know. It's like
I'm just gonna watch
like,
that
this
for
is
10
unbelievable.
hours. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
And the music, wow, how good was that?
Yeah,
Sure.
really interesting. And we'll Matt can explain a little bit in the live chat, but he had a friend, who's a composer doing that, and he made sure to include, if you heard at the end, the Picard flute, but still doing the Deep Space Nine theme. Just freaking amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
awesome.
people are saying goosebumps here. What's up,
I'm,
Carrie
like,
Schwent?
speechless.
All right. So, Cirroc, I know we only have you for a couple minutes left. And don't worry, everybody at home, we will show you that video again, because who doesn't want to see that video again? I do.
Yeah, exactly. I do too. I want to see the rest. Go ahead and play it. Like, where's the movie? Bring the movie. Bring the movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be really cool.
That was great. That was very good.
Cirroc, any final thoughts before you leave us?
I just thank everybody, especially involved with this Cisco Day unveiling, and Dr. Noor and Marie, John. Thank you all. Love all of you guys. And really, this is just about Captain Benjamin Sisko and his honor and glory. So the more I can do to bring awareness to how amazing a man he is and how amazing he's been to me, the more honor I feel I can do to his name, the better. So thanks everybody for helping kick off this day and helping get this celebration started. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for this unveiling, Cirroc. That was great. Great introduction for it. We're so excited.
Love you guys. Thank
Love
you.
you too, man.
Thank you, Cirroc.
I'll
It's
see
gonna be
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Knock 'em
Bye,
dead.
Cirroc.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks.
Cirroc's the best.
Oh my gosh, Cirroc
Man.
reading that intro. I'm gonna watch that so many times. I was like fangirling so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've got a poll in the live chat asking if we should watch it again right now, and it's 96% yes. So here it comes. We're gonna watch it
4% chaotic.
Yeah. Here it comes. Damn.
Keep waiting for him to turn around and be like, "Hello, Cassidy," or something like that.
So cool. Also, I want to let everybody know that we'd like to thank Melissa Longo for being part of the team as well, but she's got some big things going on. She's actually on set right now pursuing her acting career. So everybody give Melissa a big shout out in the live chat in case she can take a break and go look and be like, did they say my name? And then see just like 50 people saying her name. That'd be really cool. All right. So we can end that poll. What else can we say? Oh, so about the conversion rate. I don't know if we want to get bored with all that kind of stuff. Maybe we could talk about it a little bit. Okay.
Math.
We're gonna love math.
It's the power of math, people.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna see our viewership plummet. So I'm gonna say it very quickly. Basically, the way Stardates work is what's interesting about them is that they are an amalgamation of real life and in universe put together. So the first number, it always started with 4, I believe. The second number was
TNG
what?
Era, not TOS era.
Yeah.
TNG era. Yeah.
The second number was what season of the show it was. So for example, Next Generation season 1 would always start with 4-1. And then the next 3 are basically units of the year divided by 1,000, or thousandth of units of the year. So since there are 365 days, you get those 3 last numbers and you multiply it times, of course, say it with me, 0.365. It's very nerdy and fun. Also, for reasons we could get into later if we need to, you always need to round up. You always need to round up. And I think that's something that somebody might miss because it's not obvious. Because if Stardate 41000 means that it's TNG season 1, that would be, they say 000 starts on January 1st, according to the writers, producers, the people that created this. 000 is January 1st. So that means you have to round up because 000 is actually day 1. It's not day 0. You can't have a day 0. You with me, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, I was just thinking about when I didn't hear from you for a few hours, and I was like, how come Ryan isn't answering my messages? And then finally you were like, oh, I was doing math with Larry Nemechek.
Well, these are all things that you kind of really want to check and recheck and triple check, because you don't want to get like deep into this and then 7 weeks into it, somebody says, actually, you're off by a day. And you're like, shit, that's right. You need to be able to know it for sure, because May 22nd is the Cisco Day. And what the Cisco Day signifies is, well, he first stepped onto Deep Space Nine. He let go of his past, which was the loss of his wife, which was all the difficulties, which was everything that he had been going through. Yeah, he let go of his past and he took his first steps into his new journey. And after that, we watched him for 7 years affect, all these lives and change the course of the galaxy and all these small stories and big stories and intricate stories. And so what May 22nd should signify for all of us is letting go of the past, is taking that first step into a new journey, is new beginnings, things like that. pretty much what people think New Year's Day is, but they never do it. They're like, all right, I'm going to quit eating chocolate on New Year's Day. But that's what it is.
Terrible resolution. Don't do that.
Yeah, no deal. Got chocolate everywhere. I hide it all over my desk. So that's what it is, everybody. You have till May 22nd, and then you can let us all know what journey you will be taking. What's that first step? It could be small or big. It could be just like, I'm going to be cleaning up my room, or I'm going to plant a garden, or I'm going to take a new class. I've always wanted to learn, astronomy or things like that. What's up, Emery?
Tanya of Mars, Tanya Harrison says that's similar to how they measure time on Mars for rovers. Like doing the 000 as January 1st. So
yes,
cool.
And you see, that's exactly what I didn't know that. Thanks, Tanya.
Yay, Tanya.
Validates us a little bit
That's
more.
awesome.
That's brilliant. And Tanya would know, as she is a Mars scientist. So in the comments section right now in the live chat, everybody let us know if you have any questions. I know it's a little early on, but if you have any questions as to, what this is about, what we'll be doing, it's going to have just going to be a full day of basically a virtual convention with panels, interviews, events, testimonials, all kinds of fun stuff. Fully interactive.
You write it up, John.
Well, now that I know about this, I'm going to theme some Screen Rant content for Cisco.
Yeah.
So there'll be some stuff coinciding on the website.
He deserves it.
Nice.
Oh, absolutely. He's my favorite captain.
Wow. Is he yours, Mohammed?
I love him.
Good answer.
I also love him.
I mean, he's maybe on his t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a good
Mohammed's favorite is Archer. Everybody knows Captain Archer.
I do love Archer.
Me
Nothing
too.
wrong with that. Why is that like a dig?
No.
Yeah. Why doesn't? Well, I guess we can talk about Archer another time, but Archer does not get the love he deserves, and everybody knows it. Everybody's rude.
Mm-hmm.
When people don't even include him in the discussions, like they go like Janeway's better, no Kirk, no Picard, no. Nobody goes, what about Archer?
Aww.
It's a shame because Scott Bakula's like an incredibly nice guy from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that being said, everybody, let's get
And it's
into
also like
the
very
news of the
special
week.
how Avery is like going to be fully aware of what's going on since he and Cirroc talk all the time. It's just like adds an extra dimension. It's just beautiful. I love it.
Can you guys believe that if you wanted to say, hey, Avery Brooks, you inspired me to fill in the blank, or hey, Emissary, watching you as a child really gave me strength and hope. You can write that down, send it to us, and we will send it to the Emissary, and he will be aware of your story.
If we can come up with a way to phrase it like jazz, he might actually love it.
You're right. Put it on music, sheet music. So
like
everybody.
Okay.
Just very importantly, everybody, please be sure to give this video a like. If you don't like this video, you destroy Cisco Day and the prophets weep. And nobody wants the prophets to weep. We want the Pa Wraiths to weep. So if you give it a like, Pa Wraiths weep. If you don't, prophets weep.
So one Trek fan, Lisa, says, what time does it start and end so I can tell people not to bother me?
We don't have the exact times yet, but it will be the full day, morning, noon, and night. It will be a full day of programming. So that will be a lot of fun. And please, everybody, subscribe to this channel, because a lot of it's going to be on this channel right here, and you don't want to miss any of it. Please make sure you're subscribed and you like. And for that, another Matt Boardman creation, is we want to make sure that you like this video. So he has made this item to remind you, and it goes a little something like this.
Oh my god! I need that on a t-shirt.
You don't like it, the Gem Hadar will come after you.
Amazing.
So everybody that's just listening, it is a Gem Hadar looking very tough and a little smug, and it says, "Victory is like."
Yeah, that's my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well done, Matt.
Yeah, excellent. All right. Oh, and lastly, on the Cisco day, let us show you some of the key art possibilities. Maybe we can vote on them a little bit. But if you'd like to see just some of the art that we've got ready for different variations, they are as so.
And also, Linda Anderegg said it would be so wonderful if Jenny R. Johnson's painting is included from Far Beyond the Stars. So I was hoping Jenny would send in like that stop motion, like of making it, those videos she does, so we can play it at some point during the day.
That is a fun idea.
Okay,
Beautiful,
these are
isn't
all
it?
taking my breath away.
Yeah.
I know. I really
looks like
love
money.
the color on
Oh my
this
god,
one.
those eyes.
Yeah, the previous one
that's
looks like
gorgeous.
money.
Oh yeah, this
Doesn't
one.
it? Yeah.
That's true.
Get
It's
it,
currency.
Yeah.
So everybody at home, when the dollar crashes and the whole world falls apart in 6 to 9 months, just copy this image
Yeah.
and purchase your beverages with that. And then
Mhm.
join us on Star Trek and Chill on Fridays with that.
What
So
was his name in the episode when he went back to 2024?
Gabriel Bell.
Gabriel
That's
yes,
it.
thank you, Gabriel
Yeah,
Bell.
Gabriel Bell currency. That's it. For when everything falls apart.
Totally. That's
All right.
amazing. Oh, I
So
love it.
first things first, as far as the news of the week besides that, and again, everybody in the live chat, just let us know if you have any other questions. This first article is from our friends over at Variety.com. I always read Variety. It's my favorite. Mohammed, would you like to read this one? This one's entitled Star Trek Picard Series Finale Gets Special IMAX Live Screening.
Absolutely happy to. Paramount Plus and CBS Studios have announced on an IMAX live screening opportunity for the final 2 episodes of their original series, Star Trek Picard. Variety can exclusively reveal. On Wednesday, April 19th, 10 participating IMAX theaters in the US will provide an early screening of the last 2 episodes of the 3rd and final season, including the series finale, ahead of its Paramount Plus debut on Thursday, April 20th. You read the Guns N' Roses poster? Yeah, you can read it if you want.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
good stuff, man alive. Look
All
at all
cool
these
bands.
guys.
Wait,
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm there.
AfterShockFestival.com. So tickets to the screenings are free. Oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool. And fans can sign up and register at Star Trek Picard Finale Screenings.com on Wednesday, April 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The exclusive screening event will take place at 10 participating IMAX theaters in Los Angeles, New York, Phoenix, San Francisco, Seattle, Orlando, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, and Dallas. There will be a special final season poster giveaway and complimentary concessions for fans in attendance.
Oh, Mohammed, they actually also added Chicago late.
Oh,
The
good.
Chicago
Good to
part
know.
of this
Oh,
list.
cool.
Oh, fantastic. Good to know. That we have a couple of folks in the chat who are actually in Chicago.
Some
Audiences
dipshits.
audiences will also be able to take part in a live Q&A following the screening with Patrick Stewart, LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, Jonathan Frakes, Gates McFadden, Brent Spiner, Jerry Ryan, and executive producers Alex Kurtzman and Terry Metalis. The Q&A will be held.
Mohammed, They actually added Will Wheaton. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to sound
I thought
cool.
you were going to say Marina Sirtis.
Sorry, please continue.
It's okay. The Q&A will be held in person at the Los Angeles screening while being broadcast to the rest of the IMAX theater locations. That's really cool.
Whoa, lucky you guys.
Yeah. Star Trek Picard highlights Stewart in his iconic role as Jean-Luc Picard, which he played for 7 seasons during Star Trek The Next Generation. The series follows Picard as he enters the next stage of his life. LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, Jonathan Frakes, Gates McFadden, Marina Sirtis, Brent Spiner, Jerry Ryan, and Michelle Hurd star alongside Stewart. The culmination of Star Trek Picard sees Picard receiving a message from a long-lost friend that sends him into a new mission. This is basically the start of season 3 of Star Trek Picard. I don't know if you want me to keep going, but it seems like it's going to be it's like what the series is.
So yeah. If you just okay. So basically also if you go to that website and you put in your zip code, I think a lot of people are having it say like no locations, but
Yeah.
I think they update the site tomorrow.
Yeah, it doesn't
So-
go live until tomorrow.
Yeah, while you were reading that, I just said a bunch of
okay.
alarms. Yeah, so it's gonna be
Good to know.
amazing. Mhm.
That's so
Good
exciting.
And
info.
also, there's going to be a pop-up in Times Square this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. That's probably going to be like some sort like the way they put up those Delta shields. So both days, and you can go get pictures and stuff. Can't wait for that.
I love that it's free and free concessions and a poster. It's like, wow, that's like amazing.
They take such good care of us.
Yeah.
I love it. And you get to see the finale a day early on the big screen. Like I got to see the premiere of this season on a
Yeah.
big screen in New York, and it was just, I mean, there's nothing like watching it with like 500 Star Trek fans all cheering. So much fun.
Totally. Maybe they'll add Raleigh Durham.
So cool.
It's IMAX, so it'll probably be at the Chinese theater again, where we did the screening for the red carpet premiere.
Awesome. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Well, you're going to have to wait. Now, speaking of Paramount treating everybody so well, because they really do spoil us. They spoil the fans. I think they take good care of journalists and stuff like that. And did we say taking care of journalists? I think we did. Everybody check this out and tell us how jealous you are of John Orquiola.
Why? What did I do? Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
That would be my holiday card picture.
So
Very
this is
cool.
a picture of Mr. John Orquiola with Jonathan Frakes. Was that just today?
Yes, that was this morning at 11. I had 20 minutes with him. We spoke about his cause, Trek Against Pancreatic Cancer, which is actually what's behind me. And so we were just talking about that, and because he is taking part with this, let me just pull up the information here. He's taking part in what's called PanScan's Purple Stride on April 29th. It's a walk to fight pancreatic cancer and to raise money. So he's part of Team Trek Against Pancreatic Cancer with our friend Armin Shimmerman, his wife, and his wife Kitty Swink, and John Billingsley from Star Trek Enterprise. So they're walking together. And so there is a website I'm sure he'd love me to plug. It's purplestride.org/Team Trek. You can go there and donate $5, $10, whatever you've got, and even register to walk in the Purple Stride in your area on April 29th, because it's happening in 60 cities all around the country.
Mm-hmm. You can also donate the Cisco currency image. So feel free to do that, but also actual real money, because this is a real thing that has real problems and requires real attention. That's really cool. Thanks for plugging that. So that was Kitty, Armin, Jonathan Frakes, and John Billingsley. That's really cool. Good people there.
People, yeah.
Can you
But
tell
we
us
didn't
a
just talk
picture?
about that. We also talk a lot of Star Trek. I got some really, really great information from him about Picard, about Discovery, about Strange New Worlds, and even Star Trek 4. So yeah, it's going to be a really great interview. It'll be a video interview, and also I'll have the transcript printed out, and I think we're publishing on Friday.
Wait a minute. He talked to you about Discovery too?
Uh-huh.
Wow. And you're looking at me like I'm not telling you nothing. You have to read the article.
Well, I'll tell you
But
this.
that's
I know what episode
lots
he
of good
directed.
stuff.
I know what episode of season 5 he directed.
Wow.
That's on IMDb, actually.
It's funny, the picture that Ryan showed at the beginning almost looked like something from a photo booth. It's like you guys were in a photo booth together. Just imagining that.
Oh yeah, totally. That's funny. Is there anything you could tell us to whet our appetites? When is the article coming out?
I think we're publishing on Friday. I did publish a news article this afternoon because I asked him if there's anything he can reveal or spoil about the Picard ending, and his response was, "Nobody dies." And then when I was like,
my
"What?"
God, thank goodness.
No. And I was like, "What?" You know? And he goes, "But is that fact or fiction?" And it went over my head.
Yes,
Oh my God, that's
very good.
hilarious.
It went over my head what he was referencing. And it wasn't until Jenny Johnson on Twitter, shout out to Jenny, who clued me in that he was
Oh my God, that's
riffing.
hilarious.
He was riffing his show Fact or Fiction.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
That's
Jenny
great.
Johnson is in the live chat, everybody. So please go say hello to her and her amazing art.
Another VIP in the live chat.
She says, but real quick, Jenny Johnson says, our chat about this was the highlight of my day. John, that's to you. Who else, Anne-Marie?
Thomas Superman, who we need to
cool.
have back
Hey,
to the
Thomas.
show like very soon. I'm obsessed with him.
We need to have him
story.
back so bad. He's an
Yes.
Emmy award-winning makeup effects artist from Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. Everybody in the live chat, I don't think he knows we're going to ask this, but would you love a virtual tour of his makeup workshop?
Oh my God.
With like masks and prosthetics and fingers. Some might be his fingers. I haven't counted how many he has on his hands, but I think that would be so cool.
Okay. My dream in life is to have like a garage workshop extravaganza, and we go to his and Robert Hewitt Wolf's, because he has all those scripts in his garage from Deep Space Nine, and then Michael Westmore and Doug Drexler. That's
I'll play games in Todd Stashwick's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have had some conversations with Mr. Dan Curry about something like that, everybody. So that is going to be something to look forward to in the coming weeks. He's leaving town for a while for fun, very, very good and fun things. When he gets back, hopefully we will book him to show you around and show you some really cool things from Dan Curry.
Amazing.
All right.
Is that your dog, John?
Yeah, that is my dog. Yeah.
So
We're
that
gonna get
dog is
something
the best.
outside.
We also have another amazing person, a showrunner, Michelle Paradise, the showrunner of Discovery. Well, there's a Michelle P. Let's just pretend it's Michelle Paradise.
Could be.
Could be. Michelle P. Are you Michelle Paradise? And if not, just be like, yeah, totally. That's me. All right. So up next, actually, let's ask the live chat. Live chat, do you want a quick and fun rundown of the huge Star Wars weekend that just happened? All the major announcements, all the inside scoops that John Orquiola knows. He knows everything. Or do you want to just talk more about Picard or Strange New Worlds?
That's a good point.
Let us.
BL is also asking if we can meet John's dog.
Oh,
Well, absolutely.
cute.
Absolutely. He'll try to bust into this room at some point demanding dinner. So he might get on camera. I actually have 3 of them, and they probably all will try to break into this room.
Oh my gosh. What are their names?
The oldest is Canute. Then Wolfgang is our white German Shepherd, and then we have a white retriever named Hero.
Oh, Wolfgang. That's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Great
post
name.
pictures of them every once in a while on Twitter. And,
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
Insta.
obsessed.
A lot of people are saying I'd rather see the dog and things like that.
That always happens.
Dog greater than Star Wars.
Well, can't blame
Okay, it
him.
looks like everybody's.
I love Bob D says
Star
Michelle
Trek.
P. You can be Michelle Paradise because I'm already Bob Dylan.
That's right. That's right. And BL, what does BL stand for? Are there any bib? I can't think of BL. Okay. Major points. If somebody can think of a Star Trek related person with the initials BL.
Maybe it's the wife. We haven't met Betty LaForge.
Balana.
Balana, is that what you said? That's a very good one. We'll take it. We'll take
That's
it.
great.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Mhm. All right. The poll is very close right now. The question is, what about the Star Wars news? And the options are sure, real quick, or nah. Okay. Well, while they're deciding on that, let's move on to the next Star Trek Picard item.
Beautiful Luoxana.
Oh, I love that. That's the winner, actually.
Oh, hello.
So this next article is from our good friends at trekmovie.com. They always have great stuff, so check that out. This one is entitled Interview Brent Spiner on playing a new and old android in Star Trek Picard.
Old in more ways than one.
I don't know if you want to, yeah, we can it's all really good.
You want me to wait?
No, I just wasn't sure if you want to read all of it because it is pretty long. But let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty cute with that.
It's by Anthony Pascal. The latest episodes of Star Trek Picard have featured the return of Brent Spiner, playing a brand new android that has a combination of lore, data, and more. Trek Movie had a chance to speak to the actor about why he brought the character back, the challenges he faced in the latest episode, and where he sees this new data going next, including hopes for more beyond the series finale. So this is the interviewer first. You previously said you wouldn't play Data again. So what did it take? What did Terry Matalas say to convince you? The reply. They just threw hundreds of thousands of dollars at me. I kept saying, no. And then it just got absurd. And I said, well, okay, maybe one episode. And then it just got even crazier. And I thought, okay, I'll do the whole season. In fact, Terry had some interesting ideas and had a way to address my first response. My first response to him was, are you going to do this? And they came up with this stuff and we tweaked it a bit. And then I thought, yeah, I want to be there to play with my friends. I wouldn't want to be home knowing they're all still having fun and I'm not there.
I think that's what the biggest thing is.
It's all FOMO.
It's not just, I was going to say, it's not just FOMO, but it's the fact that that crew notoriously is freaking in love with each other. They party together, they hang out together, they do. So you know that they're sitting there going like, nah.
They drive by each other on Sunset Boulevard and shout each other's names out the window.
They're like, so, is Dorn going to be there? And they're like, yeah, Dorn's going to be there. Oh, shit. Is Frakes going to be there? Yeah. All right, I'll do it. You know what I mean? They're kind of, they're probably asking, well, yep, everybody's going to be there. And if you don't do it, you're going to be the only one. Oh, well, I don't want to be the only one that misses out. Well, then I guess you just got to sign up. Works.
There's even some of those one-off or rarer characters as we've seen too so far in the season. So, interviewer back. You previously said you wouldn't play Data again. So what? Oh, sorry, we already did that one. Was the tweak on the makeup a big factor? Brent Spiner's response. You know, it wasn't a big factor in convincing me to do it, although I was happy beyond belief not to wear the makeup. I mean, I still have the eyes. Yeah, certainly. It was more appealing to me knowing that I wasn't going to be spending hours and hours and hours in makeup, and even worse, hours getting it off.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
All right. So back to the interviewer. This season so far has offered you an opportunity to get into deeper and more emotional moments than the show and even the movies. So that must have been a part of the draw. And Brent Spiner's reply. Yeah, absolutely. For one thing, it's taking the character to a completely different place, really, than he's been before. Gene Roddenberry, when I first met him, he was describing the character of Data, and what he wanted from Data was that Data would get closer and closer and closer to being human. At the end of the day, he's as close as he can be and still not. And I think this kind of addressed that even more. It continues that journey of Data getting so very close to being human that he's still not. He's still an android. He still has an artificial body, and he still has confusion about the human condition and what it means to be human. And that makes him, I think, even more human, because we all struggle with that. It's back to the interviewer.
That's real cool. Hang on one second. That's really cool that Roddenberry said that Data would be getting closer and closer and closer being human, and we'd be watching that evolution. So this is kind of like that next step in the evolution where we're seeing him inching closer and closer and closer. Totally. Let's do a little bit more here if possible. There you go.
Where we? There we go. This may be a metaphysical question, but after episode 8, do you consider this to be a new character, Daystrom Android M510? Oh my God, I hope they don't call him that. or do you see this as just Data, a continuation of the same character? Brent Spiner's reply: I do, because he's still equipped with his original memories. If your computer blows up, Data's a machine. He didn't die like a human being dies. He's a machine. And if your computer blows up and you can retrieve the hard drive and all the information on it, that computer is just a shell. The body was just a shell. And so he's taken with him on this journey everything that came before. So back to the interviewer. Richard. Oh, were you gonna say something?
I just love it so much. And I love the thought process and just, this is amazing.
So back to the interviewer. Returning to play more emotion in Picard in episode 7, the scene with LeVar was on a whole new level for you both. Did you guys do a lot of prep for that, or just show up on set and do it on the fly? So Brent Spiner's reply: we did it several times, obviously, as you do when you do shoot something, and it did alter a little bit. I was blown away by LeVar. I thought, this is the best work I've ever seen him do. And it wasn't really stressful for him. He was very eager to do it. I remember him looking at the scene and going, oh, good, it's emotional. He was ready to go, and I've never seen him better. And I'll say that's true in a lot of ways for several of the other cast members in previous episodes. I don't think Jonathan Frakes has ever been better than he's been in this season. He's fantastic this season. And Michael Dorn has found so many colors for Worf that were never there. And on and on and on. Everybody's really working at the top of their game. So we were really having a good time and a rewarding time doing those scenes. Oh, that's lovely.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Gotta love it. So that continues quite a bit.
There were some really cute moments down here too.
Okay, let me actually, I just see something right here. I'll read it right quick. The interviewer, Anthony Pascal, says, in episode 8, we saw all of you together for the first time since Nemesis. I know you guys get together at Rick Berman's house and such, but what was that like for you as a group to be on set together in costume? The response is, beyond Rick's house, we see each other all the time. We talk all the time. We have lunch and dinner and Christmas together. We're very good friends, well, except for Dorn. No, he didn't say that. But he was thinking it. But he continues, but it's the first time those characters have met in a scene together since Nemesis. And it was really kind of amazing. I loved it. I love looking around and seeing everybody and thinking, wow, here we are 36 years later or whatever it's been, still playing these characters and playing them more fully than we ever had. Question, did you annoy the director for old time's sake by joking around too much? He says, I would say yes. I would say every director we had was probably annoyed at some point, with the exception of Jonathan. That's really cool. Also, by the way, everybody, just to give you a little piece of confirmation there, the other day I was texting with Denise Crosby, because as everybody knows, she's on the 7th role right now, watching and reviewing the Next Generation episodes for the first time ever. And she texts me, she says, wow, I'm walking down Sunset Boulevard. Somebody honks their horn at me. I look, and it was Brent Spiner, and he's on the phone with Rick Berman. So it's just this funny thing where he's just like, hey, Denise, it's me, Brent. I'm on the phone with Rick Berman, just hanging out. How are you? Good. All right. See you. I don't know. That just made my nerd heart fly when she told me that. That is just, it's like everything we hope. We fantasize about them all just being buddies and still hanging out, but apparently they do.
Oh, that's lovely.
I just love that so much. Okay, there's one more paragraph that I think is really fun in this. I mean, the article's amazing, but it's about one of Data's old co-stars. If
You want
it's,
to just read it
it's
yourself?
right below where we left off. So there is one of your old co-stars you haven't had kind words for in the past. So when you saw a scene with Spot in the script, did you
Aw.
regret your decision to return? Which is such an amazing question.
That's
He said,
awesome.
well, no, it went really well because this cat loved me. I'll tell you what, Ron Moore and Brendan Braga used to write the scenes with Spot, and they always wrote things just to irritate me. They would write
my
things for this cat to do that it possibly couldn't do. So we would be there all day long working because the cat was not a very good actor.
Oh my god.
And this cat was a brilliant actor. I would say this cat is considered the Daniel Day-Lewis of cats.
Oh my god.
It wasn't really required to do anything other than snuggle with me, which it did brilliantly. So it was fine doing that scene.
That's
Okay.
epic.
Love that.
Well, in fairness to Spot of the late 80s,
It's working late hours.
it's because it was just soaked with Aquanet. They wanted,
Oh my
88,
God.
90,
We-
91.
she had-
There was a lot of
she had to
Aquanet on
play
that
with
poor kitty.
So play off so many kittens. It's crazy.
Or Worf holding him like this.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my
I will
gosh.
feed him.
Yeah,
Poor cat. Anyway, oh,
love it.
John, I know you got to go in just a minute here, but before you go, do you want to give us a little quick introduction to just your thoughts on the Star Wars weekend? I know you're a big Star Wars fan, and you saw a few little tidbits bouncing around. Anything of note?
Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't at Star Wars Celebration in London. We had an amazing team at Screen Rant covering that. But for me, the biggest stuff was the announcements from the movies. I'm very excited about James Mangold, who's directing the new Indiana Jones movie, and he did Logan. He's directing a movie called Dawn of the Jedi, set 25,000 years in the past, about how the Jedi and the Force formed. I think that's a really great idea. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also happy that Daisy Ridley is getting another shot at playing Rey, set 15 years after Rise of Skywalker, where I guess she's starting the new Jedi Order, if that's actually the title of the movie. And then for the TV, there was stuff about The Mandalorian, there was stuff about Ahsoka, but I was really excited to see The Acolyte. That show is going to be set, I think it's debuting this year, maybe? Or is that maybe Ahsoka's this year? But The Acolyte, or maybe it's 2024, but The Acolyte is set during the High Republic era, which is before the Phantom Menace, maybe like 100 years before the Phantom Menace. There are a great series of books and comic books about the High Republic. I've only read one of them, Light of the Jedi, which is excellent. But yeah, that's the stuff I thought was really great. It really stood out for me. But Star Wars is so big, so massive. Movies, TV.
Can you tell us where you got your Strange New Worlds hoodie? Because it looks freaking awesome, and I have not seen it anywhere before.
Star Trek shop. My parents got it for me for Christmas.
No way. That's some good ass parents right there. That's parenting 101.
great
Everybody pay
shirt.
attention.
Yeah. I did wear it to try to impress Jonathan Frakes, and mission accomplished.
Oh,
Is he directing Strange New Worlds?
Yes, he is.
Are you
He's
allowed
only
to say?
directing. I am. This is not a spoiler. He is directing one episode of Strange New World season 2. It is the crossover with Star Trek Lower Decks. And he told me a little bit about it. Nothing spoilery, but it sounds incredible. It's a flat out comedy. Jack Quaid and Tawny Newsome come aboard, and apparently everyone does comedy. Everybody is funny.
Love it.
Including Spock, including Anson Mount. He said he's a brilliant comedian,
See that?
which we saw a little bit of in episode 8, The Elysian Kingdom.
Very much so. And also in which was the episode with the Star Trek bingo? Remember that one?
Yeah, episode 5, Spock Amok.
Spock Amok too. The
Laffy
entire
Awards.
episode was fantastic. Yeah. Well, John, I know you have to go. And as soon as you pop out, I want to say one more thing about Star Trek actors and characters and humor. But we really appreciate you hanging out with us, everybody. You can find him on Twitter at Back of the Head, right? At Back of the Head. He's also at Back of the Head right here on YouTube. check out his Screen Rant coverage. It's coverage of Star Trek on Screen Rant. Always great stuff. Sometimes you like come up with theories and interesting reads, which are great with your morning cup of coffee, everybody.
And I can't wait for your Mrs. Maisel coverage this week.
Yeah.
Gonna be the highlight at the end of the week.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be as much as in the past. I am really just deluged with Star Trek right now, but I'm going to try to squeeze in some Maisel coverage because I've seen season 5. It is amazing. It is amazing. I haven't seen the finale yet, but I've seen everything else. It's
One
the best
moment,
season,
please. John, before you go, Linda Android says, wait, no dogs?
No, I think they actually are eating dinner upstairs. So
next time.
Watch my Twitter.
All right, everybody. Yeah, go follow him on Twitter. He'll tweet something out. Maybe he'll also post it in the Virtual TrekCon Facebook group.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, John. We'll see you soon.
Thanks a lot,
John.
guys. Thank you so much. Had a blast.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Take care.
So it's interesting to say that the in Strange New Worlds, they gave all the actors something comedic to do, and they're all comedic actors, because that was something that our good friend Mr. Garrett Wong has said in the past, that, when you ask, I think we specifically asked him on Virtual TrekCon 4, and I think he's mentioned it before plenty of times, when people say, hey, is there something you wish that you had done more of in Voyager? And he says, comedy. He said every single person, every single actor is funny. They're great comedic actors, and they never really got their chance to show that. We got little glimpses of it here and there.
Yeah,
but
body and soul for sure with 7 of 9 Jerry Ryan. That episode. Whew.
Oh my god.
The one where she's actually doing a perfect impersonation of the doctor.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Unbelievable.
Best thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got to see little snippets of it here and there, but can you imagine what if we had a dozen comedic episodes?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been beautiful. People would have loved them forever.
Mm-hmm. More troubles with triples kind of things.
I just have to say, I'm also so obsessed with John Orquiola's coverage of other shows. He's so great.
Yeah, Mrs. Maisel, what's that about?
Oh my god.
Marvelous.
When he does shows like that or British television in addition to Star Trek, I just love it, because I'm like, oh my god, other people watch all these different shows. It's fun. He's great at it.
Everybody right now is hyper focused on Succession, I think.
Oh,
yeah. On HBO.
What's Succession?
So it's basically Game of Thrones in business.
Yeah. I watch it so that I know what's going on in pop culture world, because who's obsessed with it is the Picard writers room. So every time the episode drops, all my first alerts go off about all of them talking to each other about it. Their consensus was this week's episode was one of the best episodes of TV ever.
They're all saying that,
But that's what I actually said about last week's Picard.
Everybody, real quick, say goodbye to Marani. Marani, thank you so much for joining us. Marani in the live chats.
Answer BL, Bajor, and Lursa.
Oh,
Bajor and Lursa.
But no, Bajor. Usually you say Lursa and Bajor. The two Klingon ladies.
Bator and Lursa. Okay.
Yeah.
Bator, Lursa. Okay. I like it.
Love that.
Nicely done, Marani.
Yeah.
Marani's like, I'm already gone. Stop talking to me.
Yeah.
See you, Marani. Thank you.
Marani's here in North Carolina. You just go visit.
Oh, did we ever find out what BL stands for? BL says that they are behind on Succession. Me too.
You haven't even watched the first yet.
Yeah, I said you guys should do it on Watch the First. It's all the rage.
It wouldn't work this month though, because it's not a new series. It's on season 4, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Whatever. This is the final season, but
I think it's season 4.
Finally. Tired of hearing about it for the last 43 seconds. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, also the Inglorious Trexperts are obsessed. It is the total following.
Okay, no offense, but if the Inglorious Trexperts are obsessed, now I believe it. It must be a good show. I believe all the other people too. Those guys know what's up.
Yeah, it is.
Shout out to them for sure.
Actually, when they mention shows, I go watch them.
Speaking of which, I saw our good buddy, Mr. Peter Holstrom, live today on Larry's Trekland channel.
Yeah.
So everybody, after this, feel free to go find Larry's YouTube channel and go watch that interview. Two great guys, fun to hear them talk. My brain was blowing up because they have so much knowledge that it's almost too much for my brain to handle.
The two of them together, man, it's like all of Trek is covered.
Yeah, and they were like they were deep diving some of the like cool moments of the book and just like interviews that had happened that didn't make the books. Like, yeah, make sure you check it out. It's awesome. Love them. And that book is getting like rave reviews everywhere, which the book is The Center Seat, the companion book to the Center Seat miniseries on history and History Vault.
Great set
of
reviews.
On Amazon.
You know, speaking of which, we did mention Strange New Worlds. And I think
I was ready to pull up wish.com. I was like, please don't.
Yeah, I've been duped by them in the past myself. So we've got a great article from our good friends over at trekcentral.what.net. It's always a curiosity. What happened with trekcentral.com?
You know who has it is the guy who has at Ryan T. Husk on Twitter.
No, I didn't want that because then it would look like Ryan Thusk.
Oh, I thought if somebody had already had it.
Maybe somebody did, but I don't think so. I think I'm just fearful that people would be like, Ryan Thusk? Is it Ryan Thusk or Thusk? No, it's that's what I get for being so full of myself that I need to put in that middle name. I did it to myself, and that's why it really hurts.
Ryan_T_Husk.
Anybody remember that song? You do it to yourself, and that's why it really hurts. Who's that? Radiohead? I think it's Radiohead. Freaking amazing. Okay, so trekcentral.what.net. Check this out. Muhammad, if you would, please. This one is entitled Sneak Peek Star Trek Picard Season 3. Uh-oh.
I thought you meant to, I was like, I think you're confusing the two articles. Did you want to do Strange New World first?
No, sorry. This is the sneak peek of Picard Season 3. No, sorry, I said Strange New Worlds. But we will be talking about Strange New Worlds in just a moment after this sneak peek. Thanks for
that. There's actually a little confusion because that word VOX, some people are writing it with an O with that little like squiggly, like whatever you call that accent over the O. But this article
like
doesn't have yeah, I think. You know, like the O with the squiggle over it?
That thing?
But I thought it's VOX without the squiggle. Like, is it Latin? Looks Latin for voice or something. I don't know. Anyway, there's already some point of confusion on the internet about this. So just like to preface this article does not have the accent over the O. So we'll have to stay tuned for which one it actually is. I'm like a perfectionist.
Thank goodness you told us all about that. Yeah. Everybody was the whole live chat was a buzz about this. They're like, well, was
and
this?
If you're like what language it is that you would write it VOX with the thing, the squiggly over it, let me know in the live chat. It's basically my question because I'm very confused. Okay, sorry.
I will say
folks
this,
field day in the chat.
Okay.
That if Star Trek has ever entitled anything in a different language other than English, I can only imagine it's ever been Latin and only will be. I can't imagine they're going to be like, actually, this one's Portuguese. They're not going to do Portuguese.
Like the
first season Discovery.
But they said
first season Discovery, they had Latin thing.
Yeah. And there's also the one in Deep Space Nine, season 7 of Deep Space Nine. There's that Inter Enum Legolas.
Oh, yeah.
Something or other, if you recall. Anyway. But I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love for them to one day be like, oh, this title's in Maori. Wait, is that what the language do Maori speak? They're the indigenous to New Zealand.
I actually do know this because I watch so much New Zealand television, but I can't remember right now.
You nerd.
But anyway, like when I think like dauphin is actually French. There is not English at all.
That's true. Dauphin means dolphin in French.
And then they also used the wrong, it was supposed to be feminine and they spelled it with the masculine. So I don't know.
I have been proven. Oh, Menage a Trois. Very good.
Good call.
Very good.
Good knowledge. Episodes. Are we going to read that Picard article?
Chris Gavin says Parmak, right? Part of that title is in Russian, not Russian, in Klingon, the original Russians. Right? The Klingons were originally supposed to be like a mix between the USSR and Samurai or something like that.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
Okay. Romulans and Klingons, one were supposed to be Russian and one China. And then it happens all the time in the movies. They flip-flop which one was which, just like to accommodate the plot, but I can never remember which one it is. It always comes up in Star Trek trivia.
Cardassians were meant to be the Dutch.
Okay.
And we'll show them. All right. So this next article here.
We never read the previous
We'll
one.
see.
By me.
We'll see. All right, here it comes. So this is a sneak preview of Picard season 3, episode 9, entitled something with a V and some kind of O and X.
Vox. All right, the penultimate episode of Star Trek Picard season 3 is almost here. The third and final season has seen Star Trek return to form. We've had starship battles, reunions, and weird red eyes. However, we've got a preview of Star Trek Picard Season 3, Episode 9, titled Vox. This episode seems to have big reveals lined up. Additionally, this episode is directed by showrunner Terry Matalas. Sean Tretta and Kylie Rossiter also write the penultimate entry into the third and final season. Let's take a look at the pictures, trailers, and more. Now that the Next Generation crew is reunited, the time to end the mystery is now. The episode synopsis clarifies that we will learn something about Jax, Ed Speleer's mysterious visions. The real villain of the third and final season might be revealed. Frontier Day is also getting very, very close to the storyline. Therefore, we might see more Starship action that was promised with Star Trek Picard Season 3. I'm curious.
Hang on a second.
The meat face.
Mr. Meat Face.
Oh
I'd like to preface this by saying that there are going to be some enormous reveals and Easter eggs and amazing things happening in this next episode. How do I know this? Because these images, these preview images, show absolutely freaking nothing, which means they're like, we can only use 3 still frames because everything else is a spoiler. Yeah. So when you see these images, you'll be like, this could be literally any episode. It doesn't tell us anything. And that tells you, if there's nothing in the images that are being released, that tells you that there's some big stuff that they're trying to dance around right now.
So this episode's like taking a nap. It's kind of like, Geordi having some cereal with his breakfast.
Yeah, an establishing shot of the ship.
Yes.
So that tells you, everybody, don't miss this episode and watch it as soon as it comes out, because everybody's going to be freaking out. Probably they're going to be like, oh my God, Geordi's eating cereal, you guys.
But what I really love about Trek Central is that they usually add some really cool hypotheses at the bottom of their articles. And sometimes it just blows my mind how thoughtful they are.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa, you got this from these very blase, not blase,
yeah. So for example, this first image here is a picture of Picard and Beverly standing, and they seem like they are pensive, maybe even a little bit concerned. And there's a blue background, and Picard has a badge that looks really cool. It's got the UFP kind of leaves, but
and Beverly here looks perfect, so you know that's not shaking. The ship isn't shaking.
Oh, it's true. It's true. There's a screen in the background which says something about Star Trek Pulaski. No, I'm just kidding. No, it doesn't.
and it looks like they're in sick bay, probably.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
Okay. Boy, oh boy, is there even more than that? Okay, and now here's one with Deanna Troi. She's also standing with the blue background. She also, whoa, it's changing. She also looks pensive.
And amazing, I must say.
And there's one with Data smiling with Geordi. There's one with Jack Crusher and Troy looking concerned.
All these could be from one scene.
I know, it's so funny.
They all have the same background.
I love that Trek Central goes on to guess what, maybe they're looking at this. It's so cute. Love them.
Yeah, I mean, their shots look beautiful.
Yeah.
Pictures look beautiful. The
They also
actors
have
look
like some really
fantastic.
good
But
theories about what the meaning of the title name is.
I'm assuming it's the voice that we keep hearing from, like, in Jack's head.
Exactly. And then they're
Yeah,
like,
good
well, every
knowledge.
time you hear voice, what do you think in a head? What do you think of? And like, I'm just living for these internet theories. So can't even wait.
well, whenever I
So
think
Ryan, I
of
sent you
voice,
Oh, go ahead.
whenever I think of voice in the head in Star Trek, there's a very clear and obvious thing I think of, but I'm just gonna wait a couple
So
days and see if
I
that's
sent
true.
your
Mind
Facebook
melds.
Messenger my favorite fan theories that popped up in the Seventh Rule Facebook group today,
Ooh, I love
which
that.
I'm just living for. And I've been giggling about all day.
Anne Marie, you have so much more to live for.
No, this is peak. I mean, when I saw one of these, I was like, this is maybe the best post I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so everybody check this out. This is from our good friend, Emily Hall. She says, you think Jack could be this girl? Is this that Isabella girl?
Clara.
Because her eyes get red,
Love this.
just like Jack's.
So
That's
this
very
one's
good.
great. And then the next one is my favorite, maybe my favorite post in Seventh Rule ever.
Birch Pereira, that looks like it might be a Portuguese last name. Let us know, Birch. What if the big baddie in Picard season 3 is Mrs. Carmichael, the landlady from 19th century San Francisco, whom Picard stiffed on the rent? Mr. Pickard, where's my goddamn money? Her face looks like that because of all the drugs she took to stay alive. Maybe
God.
Mark Twain forgot to take care of the tab.
Wow.
That is a very interesting.
Then if you go to the next thing,
Look
I
at this
think you
one.
Oh my gosh.
ever.
These are epic.
That would imply that Samuel Clemens wouldn't keep his word and pay her. That's
Oh my
messed up.
gosh.
Oh my God, I love Jamal Taylor. Oh man, I saved that post to laugh at for the rest of my life.
That's very good. That is very good.
All the drugs she took.
Chuck A remembers the episode as entitled Imaginary Friend.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Like that's one of my favorite episodes, actually.
Oh, he also says she passed away recently.
Oh,
That's too bad.
she's just amazing. Yeah, I adored that. I love her. Oh, that moment of Star Trek was just one of my favorite moments of all time. Oh, giggled so much before and after second grade.
Not me, man. That one's all you.
So funny. That's my new headcanon.
All right. So up next
Like,
is the
that,
big
also, that person
Star
should share that on
Wars.
Twitter for Cherry Metalis because it's so funny.
Is
Okay.
the big Star Wars extravagant. The people actually in the live chat, the poll, it was close, but the majority of the people said, nah, skip the Star Wars. So
There was one little Star Wars tidbit from last week too, that folks who are watching Mandalorian and also watching Star Trek Picard may have seen one word that came up in both a lot, which was Nepenthe. Repeatedly mentioned both in Mandalorian's last week episode as well as in Picard's last week's episode.
Could that possibly be a coincidence? Or is it, I mean, Nepenthe is not a very obvious word.
Yeah, but there was no reason there should have been connected. It was interesting because that episode also had Jack Black in it. the Mandalorian.
Love Jack Black.
Yeah.
And Jack White, but especially Jack Black. Jack White, everybody knows, is the lead singer and guitarist of the White Stripes.
Yeah.
But Jack Black is, and Tenacious D. That's A+.
We said White, I thought we were going to say White Snake. Like, maybe I don't know.
Here I go again. All right. So we are going over to our pals over at trekcore.what.com. And this one is entitled New Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2 Character Posters Beam Down the Enterprise Crew. You may have seen this from last week. It's really good stuff. These images are fun. Nothing too insane, nothing too crazy, but very nice use of color.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's melting. Just kidding.
So these are very
These
fun.
are gorgeous.
Yeah,
So
I like this one
Eagle
with
Eye
the-
People. Oh, I love number one. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
I'm
the
glad she'll
Eagle
be in it because we didn't
People-
know that for sure, I guess, right?
That's
I
true.
know. When you get to Uhura, I guess her badge has been updated, which I'm
Oh.
definitely not a badge intellectual expert. And so I guess now she's actually an officer, and what's after
Spock's hair
an
is
ensign instead
nutty.
of cadet.
Oh, she's ensign now instead of cadet. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
yeah.
is an awesome pickup from these. Just like, I love when people get news from just like random promotional posters. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And then I guess what's also been pointed out is that we know that Captain, like Sam Kirk, James T. Kirk. We
Yeah.
know he's in it, but there's no poster of him, which I wouldn't really expect because he's not part of the crew. But the
Yeah.
really interesting one is they didn't include a picture or a poster for, is it Pella? I don't know how to say her name, the new engineer replacing Hummer.
Oh.
Mm.
Carol Kane.
Carol Kane, yeah. Is there one of Kyle?
Oh, good question.
No.
We want
And I'm
Kyle.
pissed
We want
about it.
Kyle.
And then I love the tweets that are like, whoa, these are the best like collages of side eyes ever. Like,
Yeah, look at that.
especially
really
like the more
good.
junior officers just happen to be all doing side eye. It's amazing.
These are great.
Oh, I love
That one's
Dr.
gorgeous. I
Vega.
love it.
miss him so much.
I love the ones
Oh,
with the
and he
contrasting
misses
colors.
you.
Oh,
I wish.
Oh, that's pretty
So
too.
great. So great.
Very nice. Everybody just listening in, check those out. Each of the top 8 main characters, series regulars, have a poster that's just kind of got like from the waist up, and one side of them is like one color, the other side of them has a different color in the background, and they're kind of blended together in the middle. So it's interesting to see what they've chosen. Like Dr. Mbenga goes from green to blue. Uhura goes from like a darker purple to a red-ish, and so on. Lots of really cool blends there. Anyway, Mohammed, I think we've got some trivia today, don't we?
We do. So
Star Trek trivia, that is.
yeah, it's definitely Star Trek trivia. So in the movie Star Trek V, near the very end of the movie, Chekhov's the reason we picked Chekhov, you'll see in just a moment. Chekhov says this quote: "She has wonderful muscles." It's the end of Star Trek V. Chekhov says she has wonderful muscles. To whom is Chekhov referring? That's the trivia question. She has wonderful muscles. At the very end of Star Trek V.
So, Ryan, why is this question relevant?
Oh, that's a very good question. Okay, so everybody, this is another huge news item. Well, actually, we'll just tell you right now. On our Friday night show, which is Star Trek and Chill, right here on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel, we will have Walter Koenig joining us, Chekhov himself. He will be live in studio on Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So check that out. Do not miss it. You're right. We should have mentioned that at the top of the show. It's just said, by the way, Chekhov, you know what we did? We just told him that we found the nuclear vessels and he has to come on the show to get them, to claim them.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
That's so cool. That's so
like,
cool.
what am I gonna wear? Oh my gosh.
You should ask him the trivia question. No, don't do that. To whom
All right,
you
let's
referring?
go over the rest of this week very quickly. So yesterday on the 7th Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of Next Generation Season 1, Episode 11, The Big Goodbye. That's like the very first holodeck episode, and it's the first like, hey, watch your caboose, dicks kind of episode.
Ooh.
And of course, Denise Crosby is there. Don't you want to know what Denise Crosby has to say about Next Generation episodes?
Always.
So
Okay, can I interrupt
interesting.
you for a second? That
Please.
I've now watched this review like 4 times because Harvey Jason is the guest, and he actually came to America to start acting because he was in a Robert Wise movie with Julie Andrews.
Epic.
And then Denise starts talking about how Julie Andrews was her ex-husband's mother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's just like amazing. Like the stories that are coming up on these reviews are mind-blowing, and Harvey Jason was so lovely. Just, I mean, like you can't do anything besides like smile and have your mouth like open wide, like gasping, like how is this even possible? So make sure to check it out. It's so good.
Very nice. Yeah, so Harvey Jason is the guest. He's an amazing guest. He has crazy interesting things to say about old Hollywood and 80s Hollywood and everything that's been going on since then. He also has a really cool and famous bookstore. Don't miss it. It is freaking awesome, and it's available right now for free in its entirety on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. So go check that out.
I should mention he's Felix Leach. Okay. Anyway,
Cool.
sorry to interrupt.
No, please do. That's a good
So
one. So tomorrow, that's Wednesday, April 12th, on the Falling Tower YouTube channel, at 6 p.m. Pacific, that is 9 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, the Falling Tower Watch the First podcast is doing anything new shows, new cartoons, new series, new whatever. And this week we are doing History of the World Part 2. This is another thing that's like 35 years in the making. Finally, Muhammad and I do that. Our guest is Josh Sussman. You know him from Glee and a bunch of other things. He's been on Superstore. For whatever wave ruffles have Waverly Ridges. But lots of great stuff. So everybody go check that out. That is tomorrow, Falling Tower YouTube channel, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Then on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, we will have our review of the newest, latest, and greatest Star Trek Picard episode, the one that has been horrifically spoiled from that Trek Core article with those 2 or 3 images of people standing pensively. So check that out. We'll have our review, the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday.
Maybe it's a typo and they meant to type Phlox instead of Vox.
Vox of seagulls. So also,
it's about my voice.
now Friday, everybody, Friday is also very important because if you go over to this channel right here, Virtual TrekCon at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, live, we have Star Trek and Chill. We talk Star Trek, we have a beverage, and we chill. We also talk about other things like grilled cheese sandwiches because we should. We will have Walter Koenig here. We will ask him his favorite grilled cheese sandwich. He will decide to never come back, possibly, but we will have him, and he's going to be a wonderful human. You will love him. Feel free to ask him questions in the live chat. We will relay those over to him, and it should be a great time. So that's Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel. Lastly, on Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time, on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, this is on Sunday, we will release our first segment review of Next Generation Season 1, Episode 16, When the Bow Breaks. That's the one with all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one with all the kids. And you'll
on
never
strike.
guess
Oh my
who saves the
God.
day on
and
this
Huddle
one.
from Fiddler on the Roof, the movie. And Will Wheaton's 2 siblings, and Michael Westmore's daughter, Mackenzie. It's amazing.
Excellent knowledge. Yep. And that's why it's the best episode in the history of Star Trek The Next Generation, because of all those cool extras. Michael Westmore's daughter and Will Wheaton's 2 siblings. Really good stuff. That is Sunday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget to check that out, unless you got other things going on that day. Then whatever. Check it out later. By the way, if you miss these premieres, you can always just go to the channel and watch them. Just because we're giving you the exact time, that's the exact time that the video premieres so that you could talk with your friends in the live chat. But you can always go back and watch it at any point. In the top right, you can click live chat replay, and it'll just show you the replay. So you won't be able to communicate with your pals in the live chat, but you will be able to see what they were saying and the discussions and all that kind of stuff. And you'll be able to hang out with your pals that way and then continue the conversation in the comments below. That's this week. Mohammed, some people may have gotten some right answers.
Yeah, there were a lot of right answers there. The person the person who answered it kind of correctly first by saying the actress name, not the character name, was check A. The actor was Spice Williams. The character was Vixis. I think Matt Boardman was the first person to actually use the character name first. So, and lots of people said it after that. So kudos to everybody. Good job. That was a tough question. You guys were just like on it.
Wow.
Please, Star Trek fans are the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, Star Wars fans. That's about it for us, everybody. What I'm trying to say is this podcast. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke for Mohammed to enjoy.
Love it.
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, where can people find you online?
On Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel 1.
What about you, Mohammed?
On Twitter at Melissa Longo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Melissa.
We love Melissa. You should follow her too, actually. Also
Yeah.
follow her. You can look at her wares on theintrovertedrepublic.com. Make sure you have the V in front of it, not just Introverted Republic. But for me personally, though, at Mafnoor, M-A-F like Frank, N like November, O-O-R, or on YouTube as Biotrekkie, B-I-O-T-R-E-K-K-I-E.
And like November rain, everybody. All right. And everybody, you can follow me, not at Ryan Thusk. You can follow me at Ryan TG Husk on Twitter. That's at Ryan TG Husk, or Virtual TrekCon, Falling Tower, or the Seventh Rule on any of your favorite social media and or YouTube. So check that out. And of course, don't forget, May 22nd, the Cisco Day. We'll give you more information as the weeks come by. Feel free to contact us about it, but it's going to be a day full of love for the Cisco, for Deep Space Nine, and for Avery Brooks. And we cannot wait to bring it to you. It's going to be live. It's going to be fun, interactive. Tears will be shed, and we're going to have a great time. I think that's it. Thanks to Matt Boardman.
I'd like to thank Homer Frizzell, Dr. Anne-Marie C. No, I'm just kidding. That's your list.
Yeah, that's a good list. That's a long list. That's about it, right, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, and there were a couple questions earlier about like where you can get the images for Cisco Day because they're so awesome. And also if you'll be posting just the promo video so that it can be more easily shared. I think, yes, if you follow us on Twitter, right?
Oh yeah, follow Virtual TrekCon on Twitter, and also you can go to the Virtual TrekCon Facebook group, and all that good stuff will be posted in there. Also in the live chat, we see you, May Borello. We were just talking about you today. I was talking with our good friend Lolita Fajo, and she mentioned you, May Borello, and I think you know why, because you guys ran into each other this weekend, coincidentally. It's pretty cool. Anyway, shout out to May. We love you. That's about it, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. And when you are thinking of the Cisco, and well, you should, put it on the main viewer.